Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. Today, thanks to the guys over at the Chosen Prime, I'm getting a slightly early look at the reformatted SERAPHICUS Prominion. This is of course Mastermind Creations' take on the Nova Prime. We have the core figure and we also have his upgrade kit. Now these are sold separately, but there is no way I could have him without the full kit. He looks good on his own, but this is the Nova Prime, isn't it? With all of that additional add-on, with that different head sculpt, with the actual Prime trailer, that screams Prime to me. Right, here they are out of the package. Something that initially struck me as odd is that he comes packaged in his bot form, and his add-on kit comes packaged in its trailer form. I would have kind of liked him to be in his vehicle mode in the box. I know it's something really minuscule, and it's just I like to transform the two together. I like to have him ready so he can automatically plug into his trailer, and then I get to go through the joys of transforming them both together. Weapon-wise, he comes with two of these nice translucent swords made of flexible plastic. With, I can't think what the text is called, but you do have kind of insignias across the blade. And the trailer comes with one of these pistols. That's a nice looking gun there. Almost like a revolver, isn't it? And if we actually look at the trailer itself, we have one of the Prime swords on the top there. And you can just about make out that we've got a matrix there in the hilt. I'm going to take a quick look at the robot mode, then we'll transform him up into vehicle mode and see how this trailer and the vehicle mode look together. Now, first impressions of his bot mode. He looks good. He's different. I like how he feels. It's nice, solid plastic. There's a lot of white there, but that's broken up by all of these highlighted areas. Those glowing green eyes are a very nice touch. You've got the same sort of green shown there just around that neckline. He's quite buff, isn't he? That's a very wide chest he has there. We've got some nice blue accents there on the crotch, and we've got some nice use of translucent plastics around the legs. Back kibble wise, not an horrendous backpack. From this angle you can see that he is actually quite hollowed, but if you stand him upright, you know, that's pretty well hidden, I think. Love the articulation on this. You can get some really striking and domineering poses. And his face mask also slides off. Now he holds his swords particularly well, and he does have his nice little thumb which pops up and can grip onto there to make the pose and grip look much more natural. Taking a look at the levels of articulation, the head is ball mounted, so we've got a nice range up, down, forwards and back. It's actually on a double ball, I believe. There's a ball inside the head and there's a ball inside the neck. The shoulders, they can come all the way around. We can tilt them up and down on a rocker. There's actually a butterfly motion there as well, so we can rock that inwards and outwards. Although we do have some slight hindrance with the tyre sections on that backpack, we can get a really nice deep motion forward there, so we can hold the sword with both hands in the middle. We have a rotation on the upper bicep. We also have rotation on the shoulder pads. They can move up and down so you can avoid them hitting. We have a double jointed bend at the elbow. Although you can't get a huge range there, there's definitely enough to get some decent poses. And then coming round to the wrist, there is a rotation. There's a swivel inwards and outwards, and on that I really like. And there's also a tilt in there as well. You've got a really great range. Again, they've gone for what looks like a swivel and a ball there. So they've put two joints in there just on the wrists. The fingers are on a pin, and the thumb itself is ball mounted. The waist can rotate quite freely. We don't have any forward and backwards motion, no rocker in there. But the legs are on a nice stiff ratchet joint there. You can go forwards, come all the way out to the side, come this far back, we do have an upper knee rotation, I guess. It's quite low, it's not really around the thigh. And we do have, again, a double jointed knee. Again, not the very best motion on the double joint of the knee, but again, more than enough to get some incredibly good posing there. Come round to the leg itself. Let's take a look at the foot. It can rotate left and right. We've got some pivot in there. We can go forwards and backwards as well, so we can get some really nice deep stances there. Nitpicking, I would have liked maybe a ball joint or something on the thighs there, because when you click with a ratchet joint, you go from this very static, close together pose all the way out to this. I kind of want something in between this, something just a little bit more natural. You can get away by just having one leg out, one leg to the side, looks a little bit more natural, but I don't know, maybe they need another peg in there. It just goes from being next to nothing to quite a wide stance. Does that make sense? Just to give you an idea of how he scales, a lot of you have some sort of variation of this Optimus Prime mold. He is a good Voyager size figure. He is tall. Very nice proportions on this guy. Right, to get him changed up into his vehicle mode, you want to split the back section and the front. They just untab. And like so, you want to just lift all of this up out of the way like so. Come around to the legs. There's a tab at the back here. That is going to just flip open. Fold the feet up. There's a little notch on there and it tabs in on the underside there. Just push that in to secure the foot into place. And you're then going to fold the leg back down on itself. By pushing on the actual joint, you want to move this cog here, not the actual knee joint. So it goes all the way down, and that then allows this section here to clear the crotch. Make sure the legs are in correctly. You know that they're square, so nothing sticks out or protrudes. You can tab these legs together, and then we can come in and we can fold in these leg panels, and they are just going to click inwards. Lift up this neck section here and rotate the head around. Now pull up the upper torso section so it looks like it's in line with the vehicle mode. Come round to the shoulders, and you want to square the shoulders off first. You want to rotate these around. This section here is going to push all the way down so it's on the top of the shoulder. There's a joint on the inside of the arm. That needs to be brought upwards, and as you bring that up, just work the shoulder around. It's just so the shoulder sits up nice and high in this joint. You want to work the bicep here, so the gap is facing forwards, and then collapse the elbow so they're next to each other. Turn the forearm inwards, and basically this here is going to just come in, slide in behind this waist guard, and if you look under the underside here, there is a tab there, and that is going to sit nicely and tab into the blue section of the vehicle mode, securing that into place. Just make sure the hands are rotated round and just slide those in. Make sure that the head section is tucked in nicely under here, and just compress the head down so it's flat. Unfold these sections from the side here, and you've probably guessed it, this section here is going to come down and tab in accordingly. Right, and there we have everything plugged in together. Now I'm not going to lie, that was not the easiest and most enjoyable thing to do. You kind of pop one side in, there's a tab here, a tab round here, and a tab here. You kind of just literally lip one side and then have to go to the other side and lip the other side in. And because there's so much involved in there to get it to look as good as it does, it wants to kind of pop out one side whilst you're popping the other side in. It is not ideal, but the overall results are gorgeous. He looks phenomenal. He looks like a proper Cybertronian truck. I love the detailing on here on the grille. You've got this lovely window here with the top section kind of all vented. You've got vents either side there. Looks very war within, kind of war for Cybertron-ish. This underside section pokes in just enough to give you clearance here. He doesn't roll exceptionally well on my base because it's all serrated and Not ideal for him, but the wheels do all roll. They do all roll independently. I love how you got these guarded sections here to prevent anybody from hurting themselves on the wheel. Obviously it's all painted and it's all kind of just for show, but it's nice. Not too much of the bot available on the underside there, not too much is visible. It's a very good alt mode. The trailer comes pre-ready, literally just to attach to him. You just use the peg on the front here, that just pegs into the very top here. So we're just going to peg that in. Nice fit there. It's pretty tight-ish. It brings down the front section here if there's no balance to it. But once it's all compressed down, it looks really, really nice. That's some real good length there. I really like the alt mode. You've got some pivot there as well to add to his steering abilities. It sits extremely level. It just bulks out really well. That is a very nice looking trailer. It does look the part, doesn't it? I love how you got that sword on top. I mean, in essence, it is just a folded up armor accessory, isn't it? But it's been done to an exceptionally high standard, kind of what we've come to expect from Mastermind Creations, and it really does look good. It's nice to see that the company have actually planned to have this as a trailer as well. It's not just an afterthought. It's not, oh, we better make that a trailer as well. How can we make this add-on look like a trailer? It's designed to be a kit and a trailer, and it's notable. It really does show. Now, to get this set changed up into the power armor mode, the instructions tell us to firstly remove his weapons. So let's just take a look at the sword. We do have a matrix mounted there. It's a really nice blade. Just a thin kind of plastic sword sort of thing we'd get with the Hasbro figure, but with some nice detailing and some very nice paint applications. Right, untab this front section here and lift that up, and these feet section here are just going to come out. Just untab and untab. Now when you initially get this, there's all sorts of foam and plastic on the inside here to hold everything into place. I've tried to put things back as best I can on the inside there, but when you untab this, you'll see what I mean. Just untab these sections just slide down. The fists and that are kind of just in there, the head is in there. I'm not really sure how they're meant to go back in. I can't really establish that from the instructions. If any of you guys do know the official way of these going back in, I'm sure they shouldn't just sit there. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just, I'm pretty sure that's not how they're meant to go. There's no doubt an official way of doing it. I think maybe these arms plug in here somewhere. Not entirely sure. But anyway, you're going to have to open up this from both sides anyway, because we're going to need to get this all unfolded. Basically, this section here is tabbed in two places. It's tabbed in here and here. This section can roll down, and this whole section here is going to come up and fold up. And you can see that all of this is going to form part of that body. Now let's quickly get him changed back up into his bot mode. Remember, we tabbed this section in all the way around, so just pull these sections up. They're going to be your first port of call, and then that then allows you to work this top section back up. It's literally tabbed in at the sides, and then at the base here, and again on this side at the base there. Now that that's up, we can just work this back up. The head can be brought back upwards, rotated so it's looking forwards. The arms can slide from underneath those restraining sections there, and same on this side, bring that up. And the best way to do that is just to bring them out first and then work that joint down back to where it's meant to be whilst rotating the arm around. So same with this side, bring this joint back out, and as we're bringing it down, rotate the joint down and rotate the shoulder joint as we do that. That brings that back down. Flip the body up, Flip the neck section back up because that's hidden away on the inside there. Come around to the legs. You want to just split those, and we're going to bring those legs all the way back down. And as you split them, we push this down, and it just unfolds this back section, allowing us to fold the legs completely back down. Fold down the feet and then close off the back of the leg. Again, fold down the feet, close off the back of the leg. Flip the torso round, straighten out those arms and lift up the shoulder pads. Groove just on the inside here, 2 slots, and this allows this slide to literally slide into those slots, securing it into place. Bring the neck up, and there's a tab here and a tab on the underside there. That's going to come up, tab into place, and then we can come up, fold these in, fold this in, and there's the 2 notches here and this tab here. They are going to clip into place like so. And we can literally now start peeling stuff off here and adding it to him. Things are pretty well hidden though. You've got the shoulder pads are stuck up here. They're actually just clipped in. You have to unclip those. You have thigh missiles as well. They're around here. You have to just take those off and they then clip on. It's all very nice how it's all stored. This is kind of like an armory. So we can just come in and he can collect his armor from there. I like that. So I have these leg plate sections in here, and this wing section and this whole chest section, that's all one piece. That then untabs as well. So when you're finished taking all of your armor off, you can just flip this section round to the back. These little tabs come out. They just slide in and secure this in place. And basically we've got this armory dock that we can just sit in the background. I kind of imagine that being in the back of the Decepticon base, and he kind of runs in, grabs his stuff. Right, let's add all of the accessories on. If you look here, here's the shoulder pads. There's these 2 nubs on the inside there. You're just going to press those together so it tabs in. This is the section I said that was hooked on the inside. The thigh missiles, they come round. They just literally tab into the back of the legs. The grooves are already there. Just need to tab those in and they wrap around like so. Do that for both sides. There's the 2 holes. There is the tabs. Wrap those around and plug those in. The crotch plate, pretty self-explanatory. You've got a little hole there. It just literally looks up, slides into place and sits over like that. The legs, basically you just need to fold the kneecap upwards. Fold the kneecap upwards, like so. That tabs into place, and then we can bring in these big feet. Make sure we get the right leg for the right foot. There we go. Really does fit on there nice and snugly, and then we can just lock that into place like that. Really massive, great gauntlets for the legs. The gauntlets, they just plug in. There's a nub in there that pokes in there, slides in, and kind of eradicates the need for the smaller hands. Downside being you do have the hands visible on the inside there, but you can get away by reversing the hands and then plugging that in. Still fills up that gap nicely and just looks that much better. The feet plate just literally slide inwards and secure on the bottom, and the backpack section literally just comes in, hugs over the top. But before I just completely close it off, we do have a little matrix inside there as well, which can come untabbed. Nice little touch there. Didn't need that at all, but it's nice to include it. Make sure the head is clear, and then bring down this chest section, and then close it off by bringing around these sections here and just looping in under the arms. And there he is, fully kitted out. Man, doesn't he look hench? He is one bulked out Prime. He looks absolutely phenomenal. Love what they're doing with the reformatted line. Really fresh take on things. Love the colour scheme. I love how things just pop on this. The nice orange accents across there. Carried on through the matrix. It's like he's given himself a big energy boost. And he just looks phenomenal. Love these wings. The wing sections themselves, you've got a hinge here so you can go up and down. You've got a hinge here, you can go backwards and forwards. You can rock there. These all move individually. There's so many options for it. So you can kind of have it up, you can have it folded back. You can have it really wide outstretched as well. So many different variations. I know some people might not even like having him displayed with the wings. But I just think the way they've done it, it really works. Love these little turbines here. Would like these screws to maybe have had some caps just to finish it off. But beggars can't be choosers. Now, as amazing as this kit looks, we do unfortunately lose the ability to use that butterfly joint just because of how big the chest is. So we can't bring the arms together and hold the sword in the middle. We no longer have the tilting ability on the wrists as well. They were on these wrists and we don't have it on the exterior wrists. It's just little tiny bits like that, which would have made a very, very good figure perfect in my opinion. He's just so bulky. I would have liked him to be able to hold his sword a little bit more naturally. But all in all, he does look incredible. It's one of those kits you keep going back to, you keep having to fiddle with and you keep displaying it differently, and he's going to be attacking somebody, he could be sweeping down, he's going to be there kind of cowering backwards, he's lost his armour, he's got his armour, he's getting his armour. It's a lot of different variations, but it's a fun toy and a fun kit. I think we kind of lose that some of the time, don't we? We lose the fun in these action figures. This kit brings me back to the City Commander kit that Fans Project gave us back in the day. God, that seems such a long time ago now. It just kind of got that feel and that vibe about it, and I've missed that. I've missed that from some of the Transformer lines. This is a ruddy, fun kit. Gives him a huge upgrade in terms of bulk. He doesn't gain a great deal in height as such. It's mainly just that girth and just the sheer heft to him that grows. I like that the fingers are actually individually articulated. It's a single pin still, but they do all move kind of individually. It's also got a nice six-pack there, very metallic looking abs. Now, I no longer have my Hexatrons. Unfortunately, I had to sell them to fund my journey to Canada. But I do have the darn awful KO Hexatron, which actually gives you a good idea of the scale. I can see that Nova Prime kind of commands these kind of dead zombie legions of Decepticons, and he has these clones of Hexatron, kind of nowhere near as good as Hexatron. Very cheaply made. He's on a very tight budget, and he has these kind of clone army to go and attack his enemies. That's where I'm going with this. Okay, just bear with me. So yes, I will have him displayed with him. When you get a Mastermind Creations figure in hand, and you get one of these kind of cheapish KO versions that they blasted out, you can see the sheer difference in quality. It's remarkable. MMC are renowned for the high plastic quality, the very good QC, the high levels of detailing, great customer service. KO companies, you find these in some of the China stores, and they're two a penny, aren't they? You get for what you pay. So, all in all, final thoughts. It's just an extremely well-balanced figure, highly detailed, very, very well made. It looks phenomenal when it's fully combined. As an individual bot, maybe there's too much involved in his transformation. It was a little bit difficult to get the outer shell just to clip in when we're transforming him into his vehicle mode. But that is pretty much it. That was my gripe. The good literally obliterates the bad with this guy. That is such a minimal thing to have a gripe about. I'm literally just nitpicking. It's a phenomenal figure. Well done, Mastermind Creations. Well done. Thanks again to the Chosen Prime for getting this out to me to have a look at. I really appreciate it. And until next time, from myself and Nova Prime, goodbye.